Texas with our message that we are in a battle for America and Texas is the battleground. And to be battle ready, we must have leaders. So please welcome Cathy Glass to the stage.
Yeah.
To the people of Texas and all Americans in the world, who can tell me where those words come from? Yes, Colonel William Barrett Travis' letter from the Alamo, his victory or death letter. I like to start off my speeches with that because, like those men at the Alamo, we have found our line in the sand. We have declared that we will stand until relieved or until the job is done. And like them, we'd like to have some reinforcements. How did we get here? How did we get to the place where we are actually afraid that we might lose our gun rights here in Texas? Well, I'll tell you how it happened. And in a word, we didn't defend our Constitution. We did not support and defend the Constitution as I and others took the oath to do. So we let our Second Amendment rights be violated. We gave up our 10th Amendment sovereignty.
Yeah.
And so that's why we're in the world of hurt that we are. We let the federal government do whatever they wanted to, thinking that if we couldn't get a federal judge somewhere to tell them to stop, that the game was over. Well, it's not. But as a result, Washington is broken, irretrievably for the near term. Texas is a little better, but we better guard against that too here. The two-party system is corrupt and broken, controlled by special interest masters. It won't fix itself, and it can't be reformed from within. So what are we to do? Well, we can start asserting our 10th Amendment sovereignty and protecting our rights in the Constitution. I think they violated every constitutional amendment there is except maybe the third. That's the one about the quartering of troops. That'll probably come next. But this is, I want to tell you a little bit about my personal why, my journey to get to this point. Like a lot of you, I knew that we were on an unsustainable course and that someday there would be a day of reckoning.
Yeah.
I just sort of thought that'd be after I was dead and gone. But then I found out, I realized that the way things were going, I was going to outlive my country. I never thought that was going to happen. And I said, I know we're late in the game. I know we've given up so much. We've lost the ability to take an effective stand time and time again. But I'm still not going to let it go without a fight. If they want my liberty that bad, they're just going to have to come and take it.
Yeah.
So after I came to that realization, I started focusing on Texas sovereignty, what we can do here in Texas to make this state a bulwark for freedom. To say what we can here. I'll get to that. What we can do here to reclaim our lost sovereignty and restore our lost liberty. And forget about Washington, because it's broken. I just look to Washington to see what they're going to do to us next. But I don't expect any effective change to come from there until we turn things around here. So that was my plan. I think it's a good one. I still think it's a good one. To reclaim our lost sovereignty, not seceding, but using nullification, vigorous nullification.
Sure.
Just reclaiming and demanding our 10th Amendment sovereignty, because that's the key, that and keeping the guns, that you cannot, it doesn't matter what you're going to do if you don't have the right to make decisions for yourself, which is what sovereignty means. You don't have the right to, ability to enforce it unless you have your guns. Ronald Reagan said in his 1964 speech, A Time for Choosing, he said, there is a price we will not pay. There is a cost too dear. There is a point from which they may no longer advance and we will no longer retreat.
Yep.
Well, okay. Well, the price that we will not pay, the cost that is too dear, is our guns.
Yep.
We have to keep those. We have no choice about that. And the place from which we will not retreat is Texas.
Yep.
This incident that we're here, the reason we're all here, put a little wrinkle in that plan, because it wasn't federal law enforcement or federal anything that came in and did this. This was our own local law enforcement. Now, maybe the feds had some influence behind the scenes, but this just demonstrates that we have to get our own house in order here, because we need our local law enforcement to be fighters on our side, standing beside us, not working against us.
Yeah.
But to those law enforcement officers, and not just the gentlemen who were involved in this incident, but all of them, this is my message to you. And it's the same message that I preached all over Texas. We are in a battle for America.
Yep.
And Texas is the battleground.
Yes, it is.
But to be battle ready, we've got to have leaders.
Yep.
I look around here and I see lots of leaders and potential leaders. But our elected officials, they're not providing leadership. We need leaders from the governor on to, especially the governor.
Yeah.
Because in a nullifying state of mind, we need someone from the top to ramrod that thing through to make it vigorous and muscular and work.
Yeah.
And in this fight, the governor of the state of Texas is the most powerful office in the world. And if you don't understand that, then you're not fit to hold the office. I see leaders here. I don't see any elected leaders. Are they out here?
Nope, I haven't seen them.
No, they're not here. They're not going to be here. But we need leaders from governor to constitutional county sheriffs to local law enforcement officers. We need them all, because this is a fight that's coming to us. We're not going and looking for this fight. We'd gladly avoid it if we could.
Yeah.
And keep our rights. But they're bringing, forces of tyranny are bringing the fight to us.
Yep.
When you hear about 2 billion rounds of ammunition and armored vehicles and drones, you just wonder what is going on. 2 million rounds of ammunition, that's 5 bullets for every man, woman, and child in America. Where are they stockpiling all this stuff? I hope it's in Texas. But that just tells you that something is coming, something's brewing, that we need to be ready for, that we can't avoid it. One thing, I love this demonstration because it gives us an opportunity to display the fact that a good man or woman carrying a rifle is nothing to be afraid of.
Yep.
It's when we demonstrate we can do this legally, peacefully, properly, without any incidents, then we just show that that is not the problem, that someone has a gun. Another thing I like about this to show that, send a message that we will not comply. We will not be intimidated. And we are not afraid. Not afraid. I think some of our elected officials, I think they're just afraid.
Yeah.
And it's not that we have no fear of anything, it's though we don't have a choice.
Right.
This is our duty and we are going to do it. Ronald Reagan said, there is no escape. There's no retreat. If we lose this, we plunge the world into 1,000 years of darkness. Because America's freedom's last stand. And to that I add, if America's freedom's last stand, Texas is America's last stand.
Yeah.
Ronald Reagan said this, too. There's a point in space and time, and beyond space and time, whether we like it or not, it spells duty. That's almost a 4-letter word nowadays, duty. But we remember it. Those of us who took that oath, we remember it. And we know that there's no alternative. There's no recourse. There's no escape.
Nope.
There's no better place to run to.
Nope.
There's no better place to take a stand. No, if we don't honor our duty here, then we have no honor. There'll be no liberty, no constitution, no country, nothing worth living for if we don't fight this fight. So,
Hear, hear.
Ronald Reagan put it in words for us long ago, and we just need to act on it. Because what is the price we will not pay? We know that. That's our guns. Where's the place from which we will not retreat? It's here in Texas. I want to end up with some more words from Colonel Travis' letter, where he said, no retreat, no surrender. We will never retreat. We will never surrender. I like those words, and I want you to say them with me here today. No retreat, no surrender. No retreat, no surrender. No retreat, no surrender.
No retreat, no surrender. Woo!